Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm G&G and this is episode 26 of the University Challenge, and today we'll be taking on Dundalk away from home in our first game before facing defending champions Derry at home at the UCD Bowl. So two challenging games in this episode. As you can see here from the league table, we've had a solid start to the season. We're in 4th place at the moment. Since the last video we have played 7 games in total, and it started off with playing St Pat's again after the Leinster Senior Cup game, and it was a 2-2 draw, a game that really ebbed and flowed. They went 1-0 up on the half-hour mark. Sean Brennan equalised on 57 minutes. Adam McDonald with a free kick put us 2-1 up with 13 minutes left, but sadly Sam Todd gave away a penalty with 3 minutes to go, which Owen Dial finished. So it ended 2-2 for our first draw of the season. Then we took on Sligo Rovers away from home 3 days later. We made some changes to the team because of the shortness in the break, and Cian Murphy started and he scored on the half-hour mark. Conor McLennan also started and he scored 3 minutes later, and that's how the game finished 2-0. Lots of green ratings around the team. Players that came in played well. Kanate in goals, Schopner at left back, Ogbas at centre back, all playing well. That was a good win for us away from home. Then we took on Waterford, who are the league leaders at the moment, and they beat us 2-1 in a real tight game that we dominated possession, but were caught with a couple of sucker punches. They scored a minute before half time to go 2-1 up, or 1-0 up. We equalised 5 minutes after half time through Sardiniak, and then with 20 minutes to go they went 2-1 up and seen it out. Disappointing to lose our first game of the season, but Waterford have started very well this season, so it wasn't a huge defeat, but sadly we followed it up with another defeat as we lost away to home to newly promoted Cork City, and this was a game I think was a real missed opportunity. They scored on the hour mark through Greg Bulger, who was then sent off 4 minutes later, and we really dominated the game for the last 25 minutes but couldn't create any sort of killer chances or take them. Cian Murphy started this game because it was again a short break between games. Didn't play well, didn't create much chances even though we dominated the ball, and for the last 25 minutes we really pinned them back but couldn't get that goal. Then we took on Bohemians in the Leinster Senior Cup, and this was a 0-0 draw, which really was a really poor game overall. The first 10 minutes were the most exciting because Conor McLennan had a goal disallowed for offside, then Kanate saved a penalty on 15 minutes, then absolutely nothing happened for the rest of the game. It went straight to penalties, and unfortunately Greg Lee missed his penalty, so we are out of the Leinster Senior Cup to Bohemians on penalties. We did get some revenge a couple of days later in the league. Another really poor game though. It ended 1-0 with Sardiniak scoring he scored on 77 minutes. We had 2 Tommy Lonergan goals disallowed for offside. He is constantly being caught offside. Tommy hasn't scored since that hat-trick on the opening day, which is a bit of a worry, and it's very close now to Cian Murphy taking over the starting role, but Tommy will start against Dundalk in the first game today. And in our most recent game we took on Shamrock Rovers. This was a 1-1 draw at the UCD Bowl. Dara Keane putting us up after 5 minutes. Rory Gaffney equalised for them, and really just game bogged down after that. Very even game in the second half, nothing really happening, and it ended 1-1. So we took that draw, and that left us in 4th place in the league on 11 points, 3 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats to start the season. After the 2 games today we will have played everyone once, so we'll have a fair idea of where we stand in the league. So far we're in 4th, and we're only 4 points off Waterford, who are top of the table, but we're also only 7 points clear of Bohemians in the relegation playoff positions. So that's everything on the field caught up with. One thing just off the field to catch up on is that I have signed a new contract here at UCD, which will run till the end of next year, so good to have that in the bag, and we'll definitely be here for at least 2 more seasons, and hopefully we start to build this team towards that ultimate goal of first of all qualifying for the Champions League and then winning it ultimately. So as we get to today's game against Dundalk, let's go and have a look at the lineup that will start at Oriel Park. So here we are with the lineup for this game against Dundalk. Lorcan Healy will start in goals, although it's very close between him and Kanate now to who starts, and it's real competition now for that number 1 jersey. Alex Dunn is at right back, Ogbass and Harvey O'Brien has taken over from Sam Todd. Sam Todd's been in a real bad run of form since he gave away that penalty against St Pat's really, so Harvey O'Brien has taken over. Greg Lee at left back. Adam MacDonald is the holding midfielder, as Jack Keeney is suspended for picking up too many yellow cards, which is pretty standard for Jack. Dara Keane and Brennan are the two in the centre. Dimitru, the young Romanian midfielder, has been really training well. He highly rated in training every week, really developing, and he's very close to starting, but not for today's game. Duffy will be on the right. McLennan's on the left ahead of Kibashai, who picked up an injury and is only just coming back from it. And as I said, Tommy Lonergan up front hasn't scored since the opening day hat-trick, and need a big performance from him because it's getting very close to Cian Murphy taking over starting for a run of games. But for today's game, Tommy will start. So that's the team to take on Dundalk, so let's get the kick-off. Underway here at Oriel Park for this game against Dundalk, who've had a slow start to the season but finished runners-up last season, so this will be a challenge. And a very early highlight here. Coffey, nearly scored. He scored a lot of goals against us in the last 2 seasons, and thankfully he didn't finish again there. But as I was saying, this should be a challenge for us. Dundalk, a good team who have started slowly this season but should rise up the league as the season goes. And here they come, building up from the back again, passing the ball around. Can we put a bit of pressure on? Knocks it long. Harvey O'Brien heads it down to MacDonald. Brennan tries to pick out McLennan. He can't get there. Starting on the left today ahead of Kibashai, who has an injury. O'Brien heads that down again. Dara Keane tries to play through Tommy Lonergan. He wins it but then loses it. And Dundalk coming, but great pressing from us. Brennan plays Dylan Duffy through. Dylan Duffy, good tackle. And we're just not creating a chance here, but we've won it back again. Adam MacDonald back to Ogbass, over the top for Tommy Lonergan, and it's a penalty for UCD here, and it will be Tommy Lonergan to take. He's back on them this season as he's improved his rating on them, so let's hope he doesn't miss. And he gets it, his first goal since the opening day. Tommy Lonergan won the penalty and slots it home, and that's an important goal, not only to take the lead here but to get Tommy Lonergan back into scoring form. Slots it into the bottom corner just past the keeper, and after 5 minutes here at Oriel Park we are 1-0 up. Alex Dunn here to take the throw in to MacDonald. What can he do? He brings it back and he'll pass it back to Ogbass. Plays it long over the top towards Dylan Duffy, who gets on it but can't find anyone with that header. And Dundalk take a very quick kick long, but they've no one up there, so Ogbass takes control of it. Plays it to Alex Dunn. MacDonald, Ogbass, long ball again towards Tommy Lonergan. Doesn't win the header. Coffey picks it up. Hoban over towards Adams, but Alex Dunn cuts it out. Ogbass here plays it to Dara Keane. Dylan Duffy over the top for Lonergan. He's through again. Tommy Lonergan, and he's made it 2-0, and he's back in scoring form, which is great to see. And that was a really good finish. You can see the confidence back. He had been struggling, but that first goal from the penalty spot has got his back confidence and composure here. Dara Keane, Dylan Duffy with the ball over the top. Lonergan straight through, one touch, and then buries it past the keeper. And coming up to 27 minutes gone here, we are 2-0 up. Alex Dunn, just outside on the right hand side at the edge of the box, brings it to the byline, crosses it towards Lonergan. He doesn't win it. Dylan Duffy picks it up though, takes the shot, hits the post, and Dundalk scramble it clear, and now they're on the counter attack. No, end of highlight there. We've hit the post there. Could have went 3-0 up just after half an hour, but as it is, 2-0 up, away from home against Dundalk. Great to see, and it's been a really good performance so far. Lots of green ratings, and we look good with 12 minutes left of this first half. Dundalk with a corner in towards Boyle, but it's headed away. Coffey picks it up. Sean Brennan out there to track him, and it's headed clear. Dylan Duffy wins the header, headed away by Alex Dunn. Dundalk still have it though. Adams here. Alex Dunn gets a tackle in, but it falls to Benson, and he slots it home, and Larkin Healy didn't even move to try and save that. And it's been a common thing with Larkin that any sort of shot seems to be going in past him. Really disappointing. We had a few chances here to clear it, and we didn't take advantage of it. Benson hits it, and a little move from Larkin Healy, but that's disappointing. I think he could have saved that, and it's another black mark towards his name in this battle between him and Conte to take over as #1. But with 10 minutes left, it's 2-1 here now. Dundalk very much back in this. Free kick, Brennan to take it, hits it in towards Harry O'Brien. He doesn't win it. Can Ogbas win the header? He can. Dunn, bringing it forward to Dylan Duffy. Dunn, Ogbas, Keane, passing it around, building it up. McDonald to Greg Lee. Ogbas, over the top. Is Lonigan onto it? He is. Hat-trick for Tommy Lonigan. Well, he didn't score since that hat-trick on the first day of the season, and now he's got another hat-trick. That's 6 goals in the league for him, even though he's only scored in 2 games. Good passing around here between Lee, McDonald, Ogbas, and then the ball over the top picks out Tommy Lonigan, who finishes it first time, and we go 3-1 up, and we're 2 goals ahead again, coming up to 5 minutes left in this first half. Into injury time here at the end of the first half, 2 minutes injury time, still 3-1 up. That Tommy Lonigan hat-trick has given us that 2-goal lead back after Benson struck, and as it is half time now, we will have 3-1 lead at half time. Good performance all around. Unfortunate to concede that goal, but if you look at the XG story here, we have dominated this game and we are looking really good. So let's get forward to the second half here at Oriel Park. The second half kicked off here, so let's see, can we just command this game as we did in the first half and control it to the end as we get this highlight. Here's Tommy Lonigan, doesn't win it. Dundalk hit it long towards Coffey. O'Brien heads it down. He's looked really good today, O'Brien. Here's Sean Brennan, picks out Dylan Duffy with a brilliant pass. Dylan Duffy cuts in. Duffy! Oh, he's hit the crossbar. That's really unlucky. Dylan Duffy's hit the post and the crossbar today. Brilliant bit of play there to cut in and get the shot. And really unlucky not to be 4-1 up here, but coming up to 5 minutes gone in this second half, and we are looking really good today. Just past the hour mark here, still 3-1 up. We haven't had a highlight since. We've made a couple of substitutions. Keane Murphy on for Tommy Lonigan and Dimitru on for Dara Keane. Get 2 players on, get them a bit of game time, and rest the players that went off. Tommy Lonigan with his hat-trick, so don't want him to get injured now, but with 25 minutes left, still 3-1 up. 10 minutes left of this second half. Absolutely nothing has happened in terms of highlights. The only downside has been just after we made our 5th substitution, Dylan Duffy went off injured, so we are down to 10 men here, but still 3-1 up, and looking like we're going to hang on for a great win here away from home against Dundalk. And let's hope we can just see it out with the 10 men on the pitch. Free kick here, edge of the box. Adam McDonald is really good at these if he's going to have a shot. Let's see what he does. Strikes it into the top corner. Oh no! I thought it was in. I really thought it was in. It was hit the top of the net. I actually expect every free kick like that from Adam McDonald to go in, but it didn't, and we're still 3-1 up and hanging on nicely here with 10 men. Looks like just going into the last minute of injury time here, and it's going to be a win for us. That Tommy Lonigan first half hat-trick enough to bag the 3 points here. Nothing happened in the second half really, apart from that Dylan Duffy injury, which I hope isn't too bad. We had to play the last 10 minutes with 10 men, but we won it here, 3-1. Very important win for us. And if we look at the league table quickly, that keeps us in 4th place as things stand. Yeah, only a point behind Waterford and only 3 points off the top. A great win for us. And now we go to face the defending champions Derry at home in the next game. So here we are with the lineup for this game against Derry, which sees a couple of changes. Jack Keeney comes back in to the midfield after suspension. Dylan Duffy's injury was a lot worse than feared. He has a twisted ankle and will be out for 3 to 5 weeks now, so that means McLennan switches from the left over to the right. Sean Brennan will start on the left because Kibashai is still not fully fit. And apart from that, it's an unchanged lineup. Tommy Lonigan stays up front and Larkin Healy stays in goals. So let's get to this game against the defending champions Derry, and we're going up against our old striker Colm Whelan. On their way here at the UCD Bowl against Derry, who interestingly enough Colm Whelan isn't playing for. He must have picked up an injury as he's the league's top scorer, so definitely wouldn't have dropped him. And let's hope we can take advantage of that now, as Tommy Lonigan is in 2nd place in the Golden Boot race, so we now have the top scorer on the pitch, even though he's only scored in 2 games this season. But coming up now to 4 minutes gone here in the first half, 0-0, and it's just about getting control of this game against Derry. They should be stronger, but we've shown we're good enough this season so far. First highlight of the game here after 25 minutes, Sean Brennan receiving that throw in from Greg Lee, crossed our defence, Harvey O'Brien, playing a ball over the top for Sean Brennan. Can he get on it? He can't, but Greg Lee will pick the rebound in towards Tommy Lonigan, headed away. And Lee heads it down to Brennan, takes the shot, it's blocked. And is that the end of this attack from us? No, Harvey O'Brien takes it, Ogbas. Alex Dunn, he'll bring it forward. And he runs at their defence and he gets it through to the edge of the box and then gives it away. But he wins it back. Can he get across? And he can. Sean Brennan ran away from him, but can he cut it back? He will. In towards McLennan. Oh, heads it just wide. That was great play there from Sean Brennan. But the first highlight of the game results in a headed attempt just wide by McLennan. And coming up to the half-hour mark, a game, not a lot has happened, but here's another highlight. McDonald in towards O'Brien, and he heads it just over. So we've had two headed opportunities there in a couple of minutes, both going close. But on the half-hour mark, it's 0-0 here. Minute to go here in the first half, and nothing's happened since apart from a Greg Lee yellow card. But here we have a highlight as I speak. Derry with a long throw into the box, headed clear, and Lee does pick it up and brings it forward. Can we counter here? Lee brings it to the middle, picks out McLennan. McLennan brings it forward, takes on his man, crosses it, doesn't pick out Tommy Lonigan, and it's cleared easily. Ogbas heads that down. Are Derry going to counter now? Duffy, well tackled by Dunn. McLennan again to Sean Brennan, hits in into Lonigan, he's through. Lonigan finishes, brilliant finish there. And right on half time we go 1-0 up. And Tommy Lonigan, he's definitely got the scoring boots back now. That's 4-2. And it came from Alex Dunn tackling Duffy here, wins it back. McLennan picks out Sean Brennan, he plays through Lonigan, and a great finish by him. And that's a brilliant goal just on half time to give us the lead. Nothing had been happening in this game. It'd been really, Derry had a lot of the ball, but nothing being created, and it is half time. We are 1-0 up, and that's a great moment to go ahead. Let's hope we can continue the second half in that vein. Second half kicks off here, and still on the high of that goal just before half time from Lonigan, and this would be a brilliant result to beat the defending champions at home. They were easily better than us all last season, so it would show how much we've improved over the winter, as it is here in Ireland. Our pre-season, of course, in the winter. And as we come up to 5 minutes gone in the second half, still 1-0 up, and a game still not a lot of quality in it, but we've had that one big moment. Kick out here for Derry. They play it around in their box and then hit it long. Ogbas wins the header, but Derry pick it up. Duffy here plays it back, and Derry trying to build up here on an attack. And they play it forward, but Ogbas cuts it out, but then poor clearance from him, and Alex Dunn luckily cuts it out, and Harvey O'Brien knocks it long. But Derry still have it, and still coming at us here. Long ball over the top. Here come Derry. Oh, it's hit the crossbar, and we've got away with it there. Ogbas clears it, Brennan, and that's a big moment for us. We've got a bit of luck there. And here's another highlight of Derry bringing it forward. They will do what they do, and then pass it around. Keane can't pick it up, and here comes Duffy. He'll take on Alex Dunn, who does well to win the tackle again. He's been really good today, Alex Dunn. He passes it back to Keeney, plays it over the top for McLennan. He won't get onto that, and Derry have it, and they kick it long. Can Ogbas win the header? He can. McDonald will pick it up, but he loses it, and Duffy brings it forward again. And Derry looking to switch the play now. A good tackle, but Derry still have it, and they're through, and strikes it just over. And Derry looking dangerous, but with 25 minutes to go, we're still 1-0 up, and close to a big result here. 10 minutes left here of this game. We made a number of substitutions. A lot of players were struggling, feeling tired, so we brought on Sam Todd, Schopner, Serdenyk, Harry O'Connor and Kabashai have all come on, and just trying to see this game out. Nothing's happened since. We've had a bit more possession actually in the last 10 minutes or so, and let's hope we can see this game out, and it would be a big 3 points. Derry with a throw in here, and they knock it back, crossed into the box, headed clear by Ogbas, and Serdenyk in with the challenge. Can he bring it forward? He can. Good play from the sub, and he's bringing it forward, and this relieves the pressure, and he plays it through, but Tommy Lonigan won't get on to the end of that, and Derry clear their lines, and they're through here. Ogbas is out of position. Alex Dunn, can he get back? Ogbas patching. Oh, good save. No, it's actually, he put it wide. I thought Healy saved it, but he actually put it wide. And we got away with one there. Ogbas was out of position. And as we come now to the last minute, what injury time will be added on? 3 minutes. We're very close to this win now. What can we do? Just see it out. A minute gone of this injury time, and this would be a big result. 2 wins against Dundalk and Derry would be fantastic, and looks like we're going to do it as injury time winds down. Only seconds left in this game. It doesn't look like Derry are going to equalise, and it is all over. We've beaten the defending champions at home. The last 2 champions of the league facing off, and we won. Tommy Lonigan's goal just before half time. A great result for us, great performance, and that really is a big win for us. So 2 wins from 2 on today's episode, 2 great performances, and Tommy Lonigan back scoring goals, so everything looking good. And with those games, we've now played everyone in the league once, and we are, as you can see, second in the table now, only a point behind Watford, who are top. So it's been a really good start of the season, and it's looking good for a strong season in the league this season. We've competed a lot more in games, and looking good. In terms of what we'll be coming back for in the next episode, we will be back for the games against Cork City and Shamrock Rovers. That's Cork City at home and Shamrock Rovers away. So that's the 2 games we'll be doing in the next episode. If you did enjoy today's episode, I'd really appreciate it if you drop it a like. Really help me out and help the video to be seen and the channel to grow. Don't forget to subscribe to follow the University Challenge as we go on through this 3rd season here at UCD. There's a playlist on the channel if you want to catch up from the start and how we've got to this point. And yeah, until that next video, thanks for watching today, and please take it easy.